इस चक्कर में ना थोड़ा सा थके भी हुए थे, तो जब वो हुआ तो वो इमोशनल आउटबर्स्ट हुआ एक साथ ही। यू गॉट इमोशनल इन दैट एपिसोड, एंड वो दिखा भी सबको कि यार ये क्यों रो रहा है। इसको तो चेक मिले पांच। तो एक्चुअली वो
हाँ।
यार यू नो इट्स नॉट इजी, एंड इसलिए काफी टाइम, but yeah, you as an entrepreneur you have to be strong. It's a very different game. It's a very different until and unless you're not mentally very strong, you don't have a strong financial support, entrepreneurship can take a massive toll.
So the next thing is, Deepesh, like I just want to ask, like if suppose like you were also somewhere start your journey, okay? Some of the key points that you want to share with someone who want to put technology or something into the healthcare, want to start their own, suppose e-pharmacy or something. So what are the key things that he should be take care of? Like you mentioned, कि we have the pharmacist team and you take care of all the compliance thing, कि वहां पे कुछ legal and compliance thing जो भी होता है, like cold storage, all other things you should take care of. So what are the things that you want कि ये सारी चीजें you are a check mark होनी चाहिए?
Yeah, so very interestingly, very good question. In fact, it's a very beautiful question. So one thing I always try to tell the fellow entrepreneurs and to anyone who wants to do a startup is to always stay on the right side of things. You know, so always uh, do things with, you know, I mean, पूरे सच्चे दिल से काम करना चाहिए और सही करना चाहिए. You know, never take a shot. You know. So and especially you know, when we are entrepreneurs here, so when we are tech entrepreneurs or we are modern, we young entrepreneurs, if we don't follow this rule, you know, then it'll become very difficult to justify the entire grants and entire support we get from the government. You know, so we have to be always on the right side of the things. You know, we have to. It is our moral responsibility. So even if you're starting a healthcare pharmacy, let's say you're starting a pharmacy, make sure that you read the rules and regulations very properly. You know, you. So there is a Drug Control Act for us. For me, that was the Bible. Make sure that you know you know it's a very thick book. You won't be able to read it, but read very segments which are very important to your business. So, for example, you're running a retail pharmacy. You don't have to read the part which is about for the manufacturers. Read the part for the retail pharmacies very deeply and every single point, and they are very beautifully explained in the book. मतलब, और ऑनलाइन मिल जाता है. अब उसको पढ़ो, उसमें एक एक पॉइंट बहुत क्लियरली लिखा है कि दवाई कैसे रखनी है, कैसे रिकॉर्ड्स मेंटेन करने हैं, कैसे पैकेजिंग होना चाहिए, कौन ओपन कर सकता है उस पैकेजिंग को, पेशेंट्स को देते वक्त आपकी क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, और प्रिस्क्रिप्शन को पढ़ते वक्त आपकी क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, कैसे मिसयूज होता है, उसके एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. और अगर आप ये चीजों को ढंग से फॉलो करोगे, एक आपका कंपनी भी स्केलेबल बनेगा when you follow these rules, you know, because they're very, it's a very beautifully done by someone, like, you know, there are time when you need them. So you have to be your own lawyer, and very smartly I keep telling everyone that an entrepreneur is a half accountant, half lawyer. So by default, if you're running a business and you're running a startup, you become a half lawyer and you become a half accountant in yourself. So you know, तो आपको accounting भी आ जाती है और आपको legal भी आ जाता है. आप चाहे employees के लिए letter draft कर रहे हो, चाहे आप rent के लिए agreement पढ़ रहे हो, you cannot hire and rely. You have to learn it, and especially with nowadays, it becomes super easy with, you know, there are tools, you know, good tools, you know, which can help you. So उस टाइम पे हम पढ़ पढ़ के खुद ही सीखते थे, खुद ही करते थे. और आपको जब भी जैसे कोई अथॉरिटी आ रही है, अथॉरिटी पूछ रही है क्वेश्चन मैम कि आप ये कैसे क्यों कर रहे हो, तो आप उनको उस रेफर कर सकते हो उस पॉइंट पे कि सेक्शन 5.1 कहता है कि, यू नो, आई कैन डू
Right.
दिस. You know, so हम लोगों का जैसे सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज ये था कि dispensing of medicine. So Drug Control Act says that dispensing of medicine should be done by a trained pharmacist or a certified pharmacist. Now the definition of dispensing is not clear because these rules were drafted in 1991. So dispensing means taking out from rack and packing, or dispensing means handing over to the patient. So हम जब पैक कर रहे हैं और पैक करके डिलीवरी बॉय सिर्फ पहुंचा रहा है, इज अ मीडियम फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए टू पॉइंट बी, सो वी आर सेइंग डिस्पेंसिंग इज ऑलरेडी डन, handing over is done by delivery boy, but the dispensing is done, it's been sealed and it's been packed. अब पेशेंट ही ओपन करेगा उसको. सो ये चीज हमें पता था, हमने पढ़ा था, इसलिए हम इसको आर्ग्यू भी कर पाए और हमने बहुत से पोर्ट्रे भी कर पाए, you know, in government. And eventually after 4-5 years of long battle, even government has recognized that, you know, e-pharmacies are valid, and the only point which was against e-pharmacies were the process of dispensing, you know.
Cool, Deepesh. I think it was same at after every answer. I just must say it was really exciting journey. Let's talk about Shark Tank. Okay. Shark Tank and Pharmallama. Okay. So Pharmallama is catering every household's problem. Okay. From last like many years, मैंने भी देखा same problem कि medicine का एक pouch है. Like everyone come की strip तो जबकि like वो 6 days का ही dose क्यों ना हो, but you need to take वो 10 medicines वाला पत्ता, right? ये शुरू से problem था, but no one started catering. How this idea came and how you have started executing, how you started solving this idea.
Yeah, very interesting. So basically, yeah, it all started with when we were almost at a very large scale in life care pharmacy. We were doing around 1,000-2,000 orders per day. One thing we realize is that, you know, लोग जो 30 दिन की दवाई लेते हैं वो 40 या 50 दिन तक चलाते हैं उसको, है ना, और वो 40-50 दिन तक खत्म नहीं होती है. उनका जो सेकंड ऑर्डर है वो यूजुअली व्हाट द रिफिल व्हाट सपोज शुड हैव हैपेंड इन 30 days, वो रिफिल हो रहा था 40-45 दिन में. तो अब इसको थोड़ा समझने की इम्पोर्टेंस थी कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, यू नो. एंड देन वी रियलाइज दैट पीपल आर, you know, they have medicines. It's like, it's not that they are out of medicine, they're not buying it. It's like they still have medicine left. अब ये मेडिसिन बच रही है, उसके पीछे सिर्फ एक ही रीजन हो सकता है, वो है कि दवाई नहीं ले रहे वो, राइट, वो अपनी दवाई टाइम पे नहीं ले रहे. क्योंकि हम उनको एग्जैक्टली जो चाहिए होती है वही पते उतने ही हम ब्लिस्टर्स भेजते थे लाइफ केयर में. We realize that it's not only in India, but overall in the world, the problem of medicine adherence, bad medicine adherence exists. And this problem is as big as 50%. 50% लोग अपनी दवाइयाँ नहीं लेते हैं टाइम पे. और इसके मैसिव साइड इफेक्ट्स है. तो हमने ये बहुत स्टार्टिंग में रियलाइज कर लिया था, और मुझे in 2018 I thought this become my karma, you know. If I realize that, you know, if I want to solve or I want to go next step, I have to solve this problem. Good thing what happened is, meanwhile US में there was a company called PillPack that mushroomed up, you know, on वो PillPack आई थी, और PillPack काफी पॉपुलर भी हो गई थी. Amazon was interested in PillPack. We realized that, you know, that's the solution, you know. अगर आप दवाइयों को अगर आपको याद हो, पहले जमाने में डॉक्टर पुड़िया बना के देता था आपकी, सुबह की, शाम की और रात की. और
That was the real dispensing.
that was the real dispensing. Bang on, that was the real dispensing. कि आप वो दवाई को उनको डोजेज के हिसाब से बना के दो पेशेंट को. बट इन 90s एंड बाय द 2020s वो चीज कम हो गई, बिकॉज ऑफ द डॉक्टर डज नॉट हैव इनफ टाइम, and they have so many people, patients, you know, to see, so they cannot do personalized dosing anymore. But they start writing prescription which should be self-explanatory. Prescription was supposed to be readable. Prescription was supposed to be like for patient empowerment. क्या patient को समझा दूं उनको क्या लेना है, कितनी मात्रा में लेना है, कब लेना है. Unfortunately, handwritten prescriptions are not, you know. तो patients को, और जब डॉक्टर जल्दी जल्दी बोल देते कि ये चाहिए, सुबह लेनी है, रात को लेनी है, अब वो उनके पास है नहीं सुविधा. वहां पर हमें रियलाइज हुआ कि जो पर्सनल टच फार्मासिस्ट का था, how can we bring that back, you know, for their medicine management. And that's how, you know, the idea of creating Pharmallama started, you know, that we wanted to work on the machine. Day one we realized कि it's a massive setup, you know, we need to spend a lot of money. Those machines are very expensive. वो ऑटोमेटेड मशीन्स इंडिया में नहीं है, और वो जापान और जर्मनी से आती हैं. That setup is like 2-3 crores. But that's why we needed a large amount of money from day one. And this model, we again realized that we will be going against the regular norm. So बड़ी मुश्किल से तो e-pharmacy और, you know, online pharmacies और home pharmacies, you know, थोड़ा सा accept किया था लोगों ने, and now we are trying to bring another revolution or another version of pharmacy. So we knew that we'll have a lot of pushbacks, we'll have a lot of challenges, but we were super committed that we want to solve it, and that's how Pharmallama started. We got backed by ECG. Karan, was ready to invest on pen and paper with the idea, and then we started with two very good friends. I met them in Bangalore, Achinte and Arjun. Young entrepreneurs. So we thought, let's start this hustle and let's start building machines. Yeah, and let's see where we can take it. And Shark Tank happened very. Again, we were lucky that Shark Tank happened for us. So we started in 2022 March, and by July, we got a call from Shark Tank team. They were like, "Hey, listen, we got to know about your company. We think you're doing great work. We want you to be in part of Shark Tank season 2." We said, "Okay, we haven't filled up a form yet." They were like, "No, don't worry. We'll send you a link. Fill this form, and let's take it to the next step." And then they called us for auditions and everything, and I think we attended 2, and then Shark Tank happened. We I think they shooted us in September mid. I think somewhere we got the whole shooting and everything happened in September.
So how was the Shark Tank experience like overall? And like anything that you remember that was the story, that story that you want to share?
Yeah. So I'll tell you something very interesting.
Uh-huh.
So when I was doing life care, you know, uh, the life care was much bigger, revenue wise and funding wise. But even my father didn't know that life care is my company. So one day I reached home and my father showed me a box. यार ये बड़ी अच्छी कंपनी आई है, घर पे दवाइयाँ भेज रही हैं, डब्बा था लाइफ केयर का, तो बोले ये कंपनी है, तो मैंने कहा डैडी ये एक्चुअली मेरी कंपनी है। तो अरे तो तब तक मेरे पेरेंट्स को पता ही नहीं था मैं करता क्यों, तो उनको पता था कि हाँ ये कुछ यूएस में जॉब करता था, छोड़ के इंडिया आ गया और ये थोड़े टाइम यहाँ पर है फिर चला जाएगा वापस। उनको लग रहा था कि थोड़े टाइम में वापस यूएस चला जाएगा, बट उनको ये नहीं पता था कि मैंने अपनी वेंचर स्टार्ट किया। उनको ये था कि ठीक है सॉफ्टवेयर में कुछ करना है। तो आई थिंक बिफोर शार्क टैंक एनी फाउंडर और एनी एंटरप्रेन्योर यूजुअली उनके पेरेंट्स या उनके रिलेटिव्स यही सोचते हैं कि वो सॉफ्टवेयर में कुछ करते हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर है या कुछ ऐसे ऐसे काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ जॉब कर रहे हैं। I think Shark Tank glorified the entire entrepreneurship. They actually
Right.
give a real meaning and the name to an entrepreneurship to every household. Actually, what is an entrepreneur?
Right.
What is a startup? What is a founder? It's very important. It was very important because at the end of the day, आप घर में बेरोजगार नहीं हो, मतलब घर वालों के लिए बेरोजगार नहीं हो,
Right,
आप
right,
एक
right.
फाउंडर हो। तो वो स्टार्टअप फाउंडर क्या होता है वो बाद में समझ आया। तो शार्क टैंक मेरे लिए भी एग्जैक्टली यही हुआ कि चाहे मैंने कुछ भी 30 मतलब कितने भी तीर मारे हो लाइफ में या फिर कितना भी बड़ी कंपनी बनाई हो, बट somehow my people started recognizing us or me because of they we've seen you in Shark Tank. But then I used to say, listen, I'm doing startups from last 6 years. I'm glad you realize what I'm doing now. I don't want to get into nitty-gritties of कि किसको investment मिला किसको नहीं मिला, but I think overall in general Shark Tank. And in fact I'll tell you what Amit Jain is a very nice guy. I'm in touch. Ashneer, brilliant guy. He was not part of my season, but I get to meet him separately in life, and I'm super impressed by Ashneer with only 2-3 meetings with him, but the confidence he has shown or the clarity that was amazing. um, haven't got chance to meet others in person. Piyush I met in person, okay, but haven't got chance to meet Aman or Namita yet. मतलब वो फोन पे और जूम कॉल पे हुआ है, but I'm sure they are very good people. Yeah. But good guys, good team. Overall, Shark Tank was a great experience. First time you were in a studio. That's the first time you seen कि actually shootings होती कैसी हैं, studio, Raj studio या फिर यश studio कैसा लगता है. Beyond imagination, dude. The whole setup and everything. It was like bigger than life, larger than life experience.
Some things like it's good, and every time like it's become my slang ki, for entrepreneur also, for every corporate geek also, I think it's the same ki jungle mein moor nacha kisne dekha. So it's
Right.
like you are humble, I know you are the someone that don't want to show to world like what you are doing, but it's good some way it's good to show the world, because some people can take inspiration from you. And if any one life will change, I think there is you are making the real impact, not with your business. I think there is to inspire someone, it's the real impact. uh in the last, I just want to ask you, like, it's 24, right? It's not 2015 or 2014. Okay, what are the things that you want कि entrepreneurship के अंदर कुछ change आना चाहिए? These are the policies that should change, or these kind of environment government should put. Okay, and yeah, like, because like government should put, and then what's your suggestions if you want to add, please?
Very, very,
Yeah.
very interesting questions, and I think very important question. See, we're the I think the most populous country in the world now, right? With 1.5 billion people, I think, and every day or every startup that I do, I think this way that eventually, along with see capitalism, or you want to be rich or you want to create a company, you have some social responsibility. You want to build something that can solve a problem for my country, right? See, we have to feed 1.5 billion people. So very interestingly, we need startups. We need startup that will uh, will disrupt some industries. We need startup that will bring back manufacturing to India. We need startup that where we can design build things here for our needs. That's one thing which I'm sure government also realized it. Make in India was an initiative, but to make it more thing happen on the ground, I always realize, and in fact, I've been telling earlier as well, the role of a political will is very important. See, you have a founder who's a young guy who has an idea, but India as a demography or as a country, we're a complex system. A politician play a very important role because he's a people leader. He knows how to handle people. He knows how to get things done. If we can somehow blend a political will and give that power to these startups, or give these, they become your mentor, they'll be very good. And in a very non-corrupted way, in a very non-corrupted way. If political will joins a startup ecosystem, then we can really crack. Life Care was able to become Life Care because of a political will by Vasudha Sindhu. She said, "No, you do it. We'll help you." We know that, and we generated employment. We generated 300 people employment in Jaipur. That's the kind of will you want. You want, when you're trying to make a product in India, you want. I mean, forget about subsidies or economic help. I don't want it, but I mean, like very basic helps, like if you have been questioned, आपके license नहीं मिल रहा है, आपको certifications में issues आ रहे हैं, और आपको गवर्नमेंट के परचेज में कुछ चाहिए जहाँ पर एक स्टार्टअप बहुत अच्छा हेल्प कर सकते हैं. These are the things you can help, you can nurture. So I feel that's one thing which is super important. A very ground level political will. Your MLAs, your MPs, not PM. PM has it, and probably they talk about it, they have it over, but on a ground level, at the MLA level, they should meet startup, they should talk to them, they should learn their problems, they should hear their problems. अगर एक एमएलए अपने एरिया की 10 स्टार्टअप्स को जैसे वो लिया था ना, गांव अडॉप्ट किए थे, वैसे अगर 10 स्टार्टअप्स को अडॉप्ट करे, उनको मेंटर करे, और with a social responsibility, they'll change this India, they'll change this country, and that's what I feel, and that's what I really pray for every day, कि होना चाहिए एक स्टार्टअप्स के फाउंडर्स को भी कोट होना चाहिए जो सुने उनकी बात, हमें क्या दिक्कत आ रही है, हमें क्या हेल्प चाहिए, मिल सकती है, और very genuinely, not in a very genuine helps. Yeah.
Got it, Deepesh.
I hope this gets done.
Yeah, cool. Deepesh, so thank you so much to be on the 21-minute Pharma Edge. It was really nice conversation. And yeah, thank you for your insights.
Thank you, dude. I really enjoyed, Lokesh. Very beautiful questions. And I think बहुत अच्छे topics पर हमने touch किया पहली बार, so
Right.
thank you so much for bringing back old memories and everything.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.